Now, the United States is a land of plenty, and yet many people there have no home to live in and very poor access to health care.
It's the world's richest country in absolute terms, with a gross domestic product of more than $13 trillion a year. Per person, it's the sixth richest country, but it has one of the worst infant death rates in the developed world, over 6 deaths per 1,000 births.
That statistic is double for Black Americans, who suffer more than 13 infant deaths per 1,000 births. That's comparable to places like Sri Lanka and Jamaica. In the first of 3 special reports, John Cookson shows us how poverty in the US is taking its toll on people's health.
Yes, this is rock bottom right here. This is the bottom of the barrel. There's nowhere to go but up from here.
At a makeshift camp in downtown Baltimore, residents are drying out after days of heavy rain. Jamie Smith, one of millions of Americans living below the poverty line in the world's wealthiest country.
They don't want to acknowledge it, because if they acknowledge it, then they have to do something about it. And right now, I don't think they want to do anything about it.
But the poor don't all live on Skid Row like Jamie Smith. They're hidden in quiet towns like Orangeburg, South Carolina, statistically in the top 10 of poorest communities in America.
And I'm just wondering if there's been a mistake. How can this possibly be one of the poorest communities in the whole of America? Look at the houses here, the lawns. There's wealth here.
But I was simply on the wrong side of the tracks. I was told to look and I will find.
It's hidden. The places that they allow the poverty people to be able to afford is where you can't see it.
Eventually I found the poorest neighborhood, where they get by on Social Security, food stamps and help from family and friends. Hidden poverty isn't a figure here. Poverty is etched in their faces, and then there's their stories. 11-year-old RENIKA Brooks telling me her home is infested with rats.
When I be asleep, I hear something behind the dressers.
What's it like living with rats?
Bad.
And hidden poverty in America is at the root of many social ills. This is Cotton Country, Mississippi.
No, my rat too.
Sabrina Williams lost her baby due to bone disease linked to poor living conditions.
I have a friend that lost her baby. Her baby had the same disease that my baby had, the same bone disease that, and her baby died like a month before my baby died. And then I had like a cousin, her baby died like, they buried her baby a week before my baby died.
Do you think that the rest of America is aware of how much poverty there is in this country?
I don't think so. I don't think that they realize, because they have never gone to the areas. They see it in other countries, they see it elsewhere, but I don't think they really realize what they're right here in the United States, that there's people who are living way below poverty level.
I will be doing
At least one presidential candidate up for election next year is promising an end to poverty in the United States. A pledge Lyndon Johnson made 40 years ago. No one here believes the promises anymore.
Amen. Amen.
John Cookson, Al Jazeera in the United States.